This is Coffee with God, and I am Father Jose. Let us begin this day with the Word of God and a short reflection.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 5, verses 38 to 42. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. Here is another old saying that deserves a second look. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Is that going to get us anywhere? Here is what I propose. Don't hit back at all. If someone strikes you, stand there and take it. If someone drags you into court and sues for the shirt off your back, give rep your best coat and make a present of it. And if someone takes advantage of you, use the occasion to practice the servant life. No more tit-for-tat stuff. Live generously. The Gospel of the Lord.
Reflections on the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew chapter 5 verses 38 to 42. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. In the absence of police forces, when revenge was easily escalated and continued for generations, this law was designed to discourage the endless cycle of violence by respecting honor and restricting retaliation. According to Exodus, aggression is permitted up to the extent of damage caused. You can take life for life, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But Jesus rejected this proposal. Aggression and violence have no place in Jesus' world. By breaking the chain of violence, turning enemies into friends, and establishing a new culture of forgiveness, He wants to recognize the dignity of every person. Right-handed aggressors must strike with the back of the hand in order to strike on the right cheek. This could be a dismissive, contemptuous action with an attitude of superiority. This was how the masters of the land punished their slaves. When the master, with his large ring of authority on his right hand fingers, strikes the slave on the cheek with the back of his hand, that bruises the cheek. Even in such moments of humiliation and contempt, Jesus wants His disciples to exercise restraint. In addition, by turning the other cheek, the slave can expose the violence of the aggressor, the master, while simultaneously challenging violence peacefully. Those who follow Jesus do not have the choice of retaliation, and forgiveness is the only option. In Palestine, at that time, the normal dress of a man consisted of two garments, a basic tunic, undergarment, and a larger cloak, outer garment. Poor and working class people used their outer clothing as a blanket at night. But the Mosaic law demanded that if creditors claimed the outer garment of a poor peasant as a guarantee for a loan, it had to be returned by nightfall. But Jesus takes a step further and teaches His disciples to let go not only their outer garment but also of their inner garment. It would mean they would be naked. But by avoiding violence and maintaining personal dignity, the disciple is assured of inner peace. He could challenge the moral bankruptcy of a society that required pledges and mortgages. Roman soldiers had the habit of forcing local residents to carry their packs. Authorities permitted the custom. However, the Roman law limited the distance a soldier could demand from a carrier to 1 mile. Remember Simon of Cyrene, who was forced to carry Jesus' cross on the way to Calvary? Jesus asks His disciples to go the 2nd mile. Jesus refused to accept that the poor peasants were totally powerless. But in the face of injustice and oppression, unlike the zealots, he would not advocate violent rebellion.